Kia ora koutou, Year 13. Welcome to Term 2 English. I just wanted to make a bit of a video to say hello to you all, to just check in so that you haven't forgotten who I am and what we're doing. As you can see, I'm in my study. I have a lot of books. I have photos of my family next to me. I do have some plants, but you can't see them. I have a bit of a hat collection. You know, with fair skin, you get sunburnt without hats. So anyway, I wanted to make sure that you were all safe and well in your bubbles, that you're all coping okay. On that note, if you do want to contact me with any issues, please do so. Email is fine. My office hours are basically our lesson hours. So if you want to get hold of me, I will be answering emails, etc. during that time. I would also like on Friday for us to have a Google Meet session during English. At 2:30 p.m. I will send you a message with a link so that you can join me. It's just to check in to see that you're all okay if you have any questions or anything. So first of all, I've just got a couple of things to cover with you. The first thing is, if you go to Classroom, if you signaled to me that you wanted to do a digital submission for 3.95, that is absolutely fine. Please have that in by 3:15 today. You just record it. I've actually found that using Screencast-O-Matic, which I'm using now, is the best thing to use. It's much easier, I have found, than trying to record via Google Meet, although I think Google Meet it looks different once you've actually made the video than what you've seen on screen. But Screencast-O-Matic's pretty easy to use. You just need to download. I just download it onto my desktop and then I can just pause, etc., which is really handy. And please make sure if you're recording that we can see your gestures and your eye contact, etc. So don't have it miles away from you, but also don't have it so close that we only see your face. 4 of you have already turned your work in. That's awesome. There were about 20 of you who said you wanted to record your presentation, so please make sure that you get those in. Again, let me know if you have any questions and I will try and help. All right, before we get into what work you're going to be doing over the next couple of weeks while we're still in this online mode, I just wanted to go through this information that I forgot to share with you before we started our Handmaid's Tale study. All right, so at the beginning of the year, I got you to complete a survey telling me what you were interested in terms of themes and texts for this year. So these are the survey results. I just wanted to show you so you can see, yes, why we're studying the Handmaid's Tale and what's coming up next. All right, so first up, you can see that the majority of you were interested in looking at humanities and humanity as a theme. So that's this idea that, you know, humans can be good, but we can also not treat each other humanely or in good ways, and what drives that sort of motivation. So we'll have a look at that, and also this idea that our freedom is not something that we should take for granted. So the idea of valuing freedom. Obviously, both of these themes are key in The Handmaid's Tale, and if you are reading it already or listening to the audiobook, you will know that. You will have seen that Offred's freedom has been taken away from her and what the impact is. So this was the reason, well, this is the reason why we're studying The Handmaid's Tale. 71% of you said that you wanted to study it as a class novel. There is the opportunity, if you would like to read The Reluctant Fundamentalist or Station 11 once we've finished The Handmaid's Tale. Again, you just need to let me know. And then once we've finished with the novel, sort of halfway through the term, I guess, we're going to be having a look at some identity poetry. So having a look at some New Zealand poets. I've actually just got a poem from Miss Brown by Carlo Mila about Ihumātao, which I haven't read yet, but that could kind of fit in with this identity poetry and protest poetry. I would love to study it. It looks amazing. It even references Jacinda Ardern, which is very current. Okay, so that's what we're doing and why we are doing it. All right, so last thing in this video, I just wanted to show you what I've posted today on Google Classroom, or what is posted on this attached to this post. All right, so this is the one pager that I gave you before we started looking at before I gave you the novel. I just want you to always keep this in mind, you know, these 3 essential questions here, what we're learning to do, and some important dates. Now, obviously, these dates may change. We don't know what is happening with COVID-19, but just it would be good to stick to these. I think it's important that we try and keep our assessments going so that you're not overloaded with a whole lot of assessments. In term 3, this 3.8 essay, which is due at the end of this term, is our last internal for the year. All right, so this is your timeline and work outline. I've worked out that over the next couple of weeks before we start back at school after Anzac Day, here's hoping, you have 6 hours of lesson time plus homework time. So if you started the book in the holidays, which I hope you did, that should be plenty of time for you to get it finished. If you feel that you're a slow reader and you know, you'll know by now what sort of speed that you read at, then you may want to use the audio book and kind of read along. We'll be reading sections in class or looking at sections in depth in class anyway, so if you're listening to the audio book, that's fine, if that's a way for you to keep up with the reading. So I would like the book, you know, for you to really focus on that and get that done. So I'm not going to be giving you any other work to do over the next couple of weeks. Apart from that, you do have some personal reading responses that I would like you to write, but if you're struggling to get the book read, prioritise that, please. If you finish reading the novel, I'm happy to set some work or create some work for you. I haven't done it yet, but I'm sure I can rustle something up. But I don't want you to have to do extra work unless you want to. The other option is to try and get hold of another dystopian novel and have a read of that, but please email me. I am happy to give you some plot questions or whatever. And then we're going to be looking at the novel in sections, mainly in group work, and we'll be looking at the different aspects of dystopian novels in the different sections. You know, yeah, so you have a really good handle on what happens in the novel and how Margaret Atwood has shaped the characters and the plot and the themes, etc. Remember, we are working towards 2 essays, which are worth 8 credits in total, 4 each, 1 external, 1 internal, so it is worth persevering, even if you prefer novels that have a lot more plot. This is a subtle novel, but it is also a really important novel, which is why we are reading it. And go back to some of those links that I've posted about the novel, and actually I'll put the link on here so that you can have a look at the web page I've set up that has resources on the novel if you're struggling to understand what's going on, or you just want to watch some, have a break from reading and watch some videos about the novel instead. All right, so this is basically an outline of what I want you to do, and then on Tuesday the 28th of April, which is when I'm planning to see you back at school, let's hope, we'll have a Kahoot and maybe do something a bit creative We'll see what I can come up with in the next couple of weeks. Anyway, I will see you all on Friday in the Google Meet. If you are struggling with internet or you're struggling to get things done, please do email me and let me know. I am really happy to help. But also remember, I do have other classes, so sometimes I may not get back to you immediately. All right. Ka kite anō, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in a couple of days.